iPhone.
What's the move? Kinda wild out now. Catch you move. She said where you going? What's the move? What's the move?
Alright, lock it up real sound, please.
It's time to go beyond what a smartphone can do.
Roll camera.
With a massive camera upgrade, the A16 BIONIC chip, an entirely new category of safety innovations, and never-before-seen display technology. This is iPhone 14 Pro.
Okay.
The always-on display artfully dims your wallpaper to create a unique, low-powered lock screen, making go-to information available at just a glance. And introducing a remarkable innovation that is both hardware and software, and something in between. The Dynamic Island. An interactive place that bubbles up alerts, notifications, and activities, fluidly transforming itself as needed. It's an entirely new way to experience iPhone. You are now looking at the most impressive iPhone camera system yet. In a major leap, the iPhone 14 Pro's main camera has a 48-megapixel quad-pixel sensor. It captures breathtaking detail, depth, and color, and now gives you the equivalent of 4 Pro lenses at the ready. With every photo, the quad-pixel sensor captures 4 times more information than ever before. Then, the A16 BIONIC, powering the new photonic engine.
With the best battery life ever in an iPhone, to be faster than all the competition at any price.
iPhone is always with you and ready to. Lighting is a fundamental part of getting the best from bright light, where colors come alive, to low light, like indoors, to nighttime scenes.
These areas can be provided by communication satellites. Unlike stationary cell towers, communication satellites are hundreds of miles above the Earth and flying at over 15,000 miles per hour. If that emergency service provider accepts text messages, we will connect you to them directly. If they only accept voice calls, we have set up relay centers. It took years to make this vision a reality through game-changing hardware, software, and infrastructure innovation.
Let's talk about the environment. Bring it to your nearest store or mail it in.
It starts with the new TrueDepth camera. We redesigned all components to fit into a smaller size, using 30% less area. We put the proximity sensor behind the display for the first time. Throughout the day, you experience different types of alerts and notifications. And these are...
We're calling it the Dynamic Island. So now, when you receive an alert, the Dynamic Island expands to notify you. Things like confirming your AirPods are connected, muting, or starting a charge, making it easy to identify at a glance, like when you're using Face ID or tapping your iPhone in transit locations. And we've even designed it to show the current album art. It's also completely interactive, so now when you're on a call, You have easy access to controls without leaving the app you're using. We've designed all these animations to feel fluid, lively, and highly responsive. We've designed live activities, a new feature on the iOS 16. And when you have more than one background activity, the dynamic island playfully adapts, bubbling out into 2 elements.
We've ever shipped. iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max come in 2 great sizes, a brightness of 1600 nits, bringing iPhone to the same level as the Pro display, excluding those you shoot on your iPhone. And for those bright sunny days, iPhone can now push brightness even higher for a peak of 2000 nits. iOS 16 introduces more personalization, with which is made possible by a number of new technologies that make the display incredibly power efficient. This display can operate at a refresh rate as low as 1 Hz with a new low power mode, expertise, and powerful image segmentation to dim wallpaper photos while preserving skin tones, so they continue to look great. With all these incredible features, the new Super Retina XDR A16 has nearly 16 billion transistors. In fact, A16 BIONIC is the fastest chip ever in a smartphone. The new 6-core CPU of A16 is generations ahead. It's up to 17 trillion operations per second.
A 48 megapixel camera with a quad pixel sensor, 65% larger than the one on iPhone 13 Pro. Features our 2nd generation sensor shift OIS and 100% focus pixel to 2 times low light improvement for photo. In this brighter shot, the main camera, this photo with locked exposure. On example, the photonic engine captures incredible dynamic range. This telephoto has larger pixels and capturing stunning detail. With you can now shoot Pro RAW at 48 megapixel resolution, like in this ethereal photo in Hawaii, revealing each individual rock on with a new array of 9 LEDs. We control the pattern and intensity, so it's up to twice as bright, with up to 3 times better uniformity compared to get a dramatic improvement in low light performance.
Second for even more detail. Pro filmmakers can also choose to record in 4K at 24 frames per second, the cinematic standard. So that's iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max. The dynamic island and always-on display introduce new ways to experience iPhone. Powered by the A16 chip with the new 48 megapixel main camera, beautiful new finishes, crash detection, and emergency SOS. Like iPhone 14, our Pro models are designed with features to reduce their environmental impact.
In detail. And now, an uncompressed 48 megapixel Pro RAW image, giving you even more resolution to rescale, retouch, and reimagine your photos.
That was perfect. Let's go again.
Building off iPhone's leap ahead in ProRes and Dolby Vision video technology,
Action.
iPhone 14 Pro now includes new Action Mode, allowing gimbal-like stabilization for all your action scenes. And Cinematic Mode will be even more powerful for pro filmmakers, with 4K resolution and 24 frames per second recording. iPhone 14 Pro is capable of shots that for most film cameras are simply impossible. And a feature we hope you never have to use.
Commencing tests.
Crash detection. Using a high G-force accelerometer, gyroscope, sensors, and machine learning algorithms, iPhone 14 Pro can detect when there has been a severe car crash and automatically call emergency services. Supercharged by nearly 16 billion transistors, the A16 BIONIC is the fastest chip in a smartphone and powers the most impressive range of Pro innovations yet. The iPhone 14 Pro goes above and beyond, redefining what a smartphone can be. Again.